Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. This is gonna suck. This is a bad place to start the episode, but here we are. The good news is we have a lot of arrows. We're certainly going to get to shoot our ranged weapons into a lot of Chaos Dudes. So, we have to prioritize. We're not going to be able to win this, but we are going to be able to do some significant damage if we are smart about it. So they have giants, and giants are great fighters, and they're pretty scary. But they're very vulnerable, as monstrous creatures usually are. Very, very vulnerable to ranged fire. So we might be able to seriously injure the giants. We might be able to seriously injure these trolls. We have 4 units of shock cavalry, which might allow us to clear out their weapons crew. Maybe, depending on how the battle goes. It's going to be tricky, right? Because we have to have an entrance to get them out through. If they're working both of the doorways, then we might be trapped, unfortunately. But we got lots of arrows. We have a pretty good wall set up here. I'm assuming this is a mountain. Will make it easier for us. Like, they're going to have to channel into a smaller area, so we don't have to worry about spreading out our people quite so much. So we'll be able to get a better volume of fire. But let's not, while looking for bright sides, convince ourselves that this is going to be anything other than a slaughter of the most valuable city in our empire. It's tough, man. I wish that the tooltips worked during... For some reason, it'll pop up tooltips if you mouse over stuff during the first half of the loading bar, but then it stops. Right, is there Lord on a dragon? Don't look at me. Hey. That's creepy. It's creepy that they turn to look at you. Look at that. Weird. I don't know what the hell that is, to be perfectly honest with you. But we might be able to do some good damage to this guy, depending on how much he exposes himself. Alright, so yeah, knights in the back. They don't particularly need to be in the back, but I don't really know what else to do with them. So we can put them over here. So my thinking is just that we'll use the white lions. Once they break through the door, we'll use the white lions to hit him here and then hit him in the back with the silver helms. We'll do the same thing over here. This is just a random noble. Where are my other units of... Here we go. White lions. I guess actually it makes more sense to switch the sides, doesn't it? Because this way the silver helms could turn around and respond to problems on the other side if they needed to. Understood. Okay. Yes. Nobody really needs to be over here. We can all just be in places where we're ready to charge. But this is gonna be harsh. We just gotta do whatever damage we can. So we have... Where do they put their... Okay, the mass of their infantry are on this side. So if we're going to have white lions up on the wall, they should be over here. We should have the whole front side of the wall dotted with Sea Guard. Okay, so all the danger is over here, though. Yeah, and the wall over here is completely guarded up. Okay, I guess we're going. Oh wow, is this our first battle with properly upgraded major towers? I think it might be. So who do I want to be hitting? Do I want to be hitting the infantry as they close, or do I want to be aiming for the Hell Cannon right away? Because the Hell Cannon's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess let's start with the Hell Cannon. It'll make it much easier in future battles if we can eliminate the Hell Cannon. And these guys should just shoot a giant. Oh, we're not quite far enough over to be in the... That's a shame. We'll have us slightly repositioned so that we get that tower as well. Alright. I'm losing ground already. Yeah, it's like having actual artillery on the walls. That's nice. These are good towers. Alright. Well, we're getting the damage in that we can get in. We're doing good work over there. Please focus on the guys who are not armored as best you can. Yeah, these... And the units of Warhounds are pretty much garbage, so... Oof. Okay, we're getting some good work done over here on this Hell Cannon. Their crew is running out rapidly. But yeah, it doesn't take much to drive off Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn has kind of the Chaos Troll morale problem. They're doing some kind of gross chaos magic. I think that's the number one thing about chaos magic, is that it's always really gross. Let's get some fire on their lord. We'll at least back him off, so they can't cast on us. Oh, he doesn't seem to care, actually. Alright, where did we lose the gate? We lost this side's gate, really? Isn't there a giant beating on the other gate? Giants are not as good at killing gates as I had assumed they would be, I guess. And immediately withdraw. Because seriously, Silverhelms are terrible at fighting. Here come their Chaos Knights. Guides us. We go. All right. We gotta let the giant come through a little bit. Silver Hounds. We will obey. Ancestors. As you say, battle calls. We've done some alright damage, actually. What are you doing? Charge. Why can't I issue orders to these guys? Alright, we're going to turn the Sea Guard around and have them participate over here. Fire into the problem. This is tough. It's tough for me to micro enough to control 2 units of cavalry on 2 fronts. Wow, these these white lions are not long for this world. Alright, yeah, the Chaos Warriors will beat the Sea Guard on the walls, no question. There's not really a lot we can hope to do about that. But we're still getting some pretty good damage in here. The second Chaos Army is going to be completely healthy at the end of this, but we can mess this first one up pretty good. to make life easier for next time. Oh, we've got this unit of Chaos Knights very, very well. Firing down.
Silver Helms! Orders understood! We away! We go! As you said.
Apparently we are not going to be allowed to cycle charge by these dogs. Those guys are breaking. So the way charge bonus works is it's a stat bonus that you get for, I believe, 10 seconds after charging. So the best way, I think, the best way to cycle charge is to get in, get your charge bonus, and then fight for, 5 or 10 seconds, and then bail. But Silverhelms seem to be quite bad at actually staying in and fighting anybody. So I'm cycle charging them maybe a little bit more often than I should be. Ah, man, it's so many. It's so many giants. Okay, we need to pull some of our Sea Guard off the wall because we're not getting the volume of fire because of the weird way that they can't turn properly while they're on the wall for some reason. Alright, these ones up here are doing a good job of slowing things down so that we can get some kills. Their lord's almost dead, actually. The dude has hung out in front of us for far too long. Honestly, this is more damage than I thought we were going to do. So those guys are broken. Oh, there's a new Hell Cannon. We killed the old one, though. Can I get this tower? Yeah, on the whole, I'm not too sad about the outcome of this. It was never going to be great. We were never going to kill a bunch of them. But I think we've done very good damage for the opportunities that we had available here. Charge in. Charge in. Try to give these guys some time to set up. And keep in mind, Lothern Sea Guard are they're spear units, so they're actually good at fighting large. They do bonus damage to large. Not with their missiles, but with their spears. But missiles, by their very nature, are good against large creatures. Because, like I mentioned a minute ago, you can always hit large creatures, even when they're engaged in melee. Monstrous type creatures. And that makes them pretty bad at... fighting armies that are very archer heavy. Okay, it looks like we're actually going to kill this giant, maybe. Unfortunately, they seem to have maybe 6 total giants. Not totally great. The reinforcement army had more giants than the initial one did, apparently. Yeah, we took about half of that first army. I don't feel too bad about that at all. This giant is completely eliminated. This Hell Cannon is completely eliminated. Their lord is all messed up, so it'll be really easy to kill him at the beginning of the next real battle, which means they'll be fighting the whole battle with a leadership penalty. Sucks to lose Yvresse, but that was not a bad holdout, I don't think. Oh yeah, I forgot about the fact that there are 3 Chaos armies. Well, the eastern side of the island is going to have a rough go of it here. So once again, we have to kind of leave people in position to defend Lothern, but the rest of our armies really need to focus up here. Tor Yvresse needs to get rebuilt. Aw, that's annoying. We're gonna have to defend Trelinia too. Okay. Alright, that's too many notifications. So...
Of Ulthuan. No mercy!
Oh wait, what am I doing? I was like...
The Asur.
Oh, apparently we'll win this? Oh wow, yeah, this army is very skink heavy. Okay. I'm surprised by the degree of us winning there.
Starting out.
So we are bankrupt
For order.
because Lothern is under siege, and that means that we are not currently getting any of our trade income or any of the benefit from Lothern's buildings. So we're gonna have to fix that. The Blade of Belcorhadris. That's actually a pretty good sword. Plus 20% armor piercing. A lot of heroes have like 300 or 400 armor piercing damage. Okay, so you have Renowned and Feared. I guess we'll go Red Line. It's important to buff up your troops. And then we will march hard over to here, and we'll initiate an attack with Lothern's garrison that Aramir can defend, or Aramir can be reinforcements in. This will get us our money back. Oof. The thing is, we have so many things to get done. I kind of don't even want to fight the battle because I just don't have the time. What do they have? They have missile infantry. Okay, so yeah, they're actually pretty light on missiles. Yeah, this should be relatively straightforward. We lost some cavalry. Somehow the eagles survived. I guess it's pretty tough to kill an eagle, even though they're bad at fighting, because they are so good at running away. Alright. So we managed to defeat the intervention armies.
Defender of the Phoenix Throne. Entering the garrison.
We shouldn't be starving anymore, because we now have way more money than we have income deficit. Maybe that number just won't update for a while.
You have my attention.
Or the appearance of them, rather, the appearance of them being in attrition mode won't update.
Tyrion, heir of an area.
This is tough, actually. The fact that they didn't run toward the... My plan was for them to run toward the Shrine of Cain and then us to come in behind them. Now that they're not doing that, I'm not really sure what to do. Alright, let's...
How can I assist?
Let's hit some spots where things are easier. We know
Garrison.
Alistair needs to haul ass for Angariel, basically.
Time is of the essence.
What should I do with Anaril? Elisali is a capital. It has real defensive structures. We could try to get to Elisali and make a stand there. But maybe the smart thing to do would be to, fall back, just let them carve through these two settlements, and then meet them over here where we're able to come at them in force.
Defender of the Asur.
Probably. I think that's probably the right way to do it. We're going to lose a lot of stuff, but...
Taking up residence.
What other forces do we have unmoved? Curiella. Yeah, Curiella's got to play defense up here. Miradrin has to help with this situation in the north for sure. Well, at least it stopped being so easy, right? So we can't quite make it to Tor Anlek, but we can make it into the reinforcement circle at Tor Anlek. I think I would rather go to Tor Anlek than go back to the Phoenix Gate.
I never tire. Moving out.
We'll have a much easier time striking out from here.
Princess of Ulthuan.
She really can't go anywhere.
You daggers in the dark.
It's worth a shot.
Promising lieutenant. Ulthuan.
We probably don't want to do meaningless influence gathering. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but...
Ever loyal.
Yeah, that's weird. That should have updated. We will. I do not believe we suffer attrition here. We have plenty of settlements. We have plenty of money. I don't know. Weird. And then these two should probably be doing block army actions. Apparently not terribly adept at those. Alright, well, let's have them run back toward Lothar, because we need them to be in a place where we're generating lots of money so that they can help us generate more money. Yeah, Trilinia is doomed. There's no way that Trilinia stands up to a full stack, but they might not attack on the first turn. They might sit there and build siege towers or something, which could be good for us. Yeah, there's nothing we can build that would be meaningful. I guess we just have to watch the oncoming tide for now. This is harsh, and after this is resolved, we might not want to hit our 5th ritual immediately, just because we might need time to rebuild a little bit. Yeah, them spawning right on Torivres is that is without question the worst place in the Empire they could have spawned. It's far away from all of our armies. It's the breadbasket of our whole deal. Okay, this is what I was hoping for. So the Shrine of Cain's garrison plus the stack we have in there should be able to stand up to these two stacks, or at least put up a real good fight. If we're able to add Tyrion's army to this, it should be a considerable victory. Man, these Dark Elves have too many resources. Too many resources and not enough things to focus on. Alright, I don't think anybody else's actions matter. Actually, you know what? The pirates could help us out a little bit. If the Pirates of Sartosa wanted to come over here and hit a Dark Elf Navy, or maybe even a Black Ark, that could actually be really useful. Oh, sorry, we don't want to fast forward this part. Well, the good news is they broke off one of the Chaos Forces to get distracted by this. So that slows down the rate of march on the rest. This is not even worth fighting. It's just... That slows down the Chaos push a little bit, and in fact it was the healthiest of the Chaos armies. So once we have a couple of armies grouped up over in the Straits of Lothar, we'll start moving up this way. We'll rescue what we can, because obviously every loss is a significant financial burden.
What orders? A worthy ally.
Okay, I don't even know what to do with your points at this point. I guess there's no point in not upgrading our spells. There's nothing else meaningful that we could take. Oh, this is actually tricky. Because of the fact that the Northeastern Army, is the one sieging the shrine. So that's the one we have to try to get adjacent, or the one we have to get to the edge of their circle in order to reinforce. Because if we have Tyrion come up, like to here, we won't actually be able to initiate our battle against this army with the garrison force because it's trapped by that force. So this is actually pretty bad for us. This is the worst way that this could have gone.
Your instructions?
Setting off.
I kind of think we can't go over there.
Our defenses will
Wait, does
hold.
Curiella... Curiella does have lightning strike.
Minute!
She could ride out and just hit this army. One-on-one, my stack is better than theirs. Not a huge amount, but
Battle!
if we run them
Need
off,
of slaves.
now we can double team this guy. Yeah, here we go.
Absolutely not. Ready.
Sometimes they just like,
My journey begins.
sometimes they're just like, nah, that order sounds bad. I want to do that.
Loyal servant. By the gods!
Okay.
Assyrian!
This is why you take lightning strike. Every once in a while, you won't usually use it, but every once in a while it will completely save a city. Alright, a bard is pretty much whatever. Whew, and we're making enough money to at least keep things running for now. We're in a bad place. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
Let's make sure Tyrion's army ends its move within range of the city.
Your request. Moving out.
Okay, but this is no longer nearly as threatening as it was.
Ancestors be praised.
So I should have finished executing that sequence before moving Miradrin, because now I've moved her a whole turn's movement in the wrong direction. There's not going to be any further reinforcement armies. Why is my replenishment so bad?
You called?
Well, the intervention armies are as intervened as they're getting, so we can afford to leave Lothern now. What do I want here? I want something that's only going to take one turn of recruitment, that's for sure. We just got to refill this army. These Chaos armies are largely cavalry and monstrous creatures, but they do have quite a few Chaos infantry. Let's just grab some sword dudes.
Come on. Speak your mind.
Glittering Tower is Lothern. So I think this is the closest point that is Lothern. That's where they're headed. Let's get back over here and make us some money. Yeah, this is a real bummer.
I think not.
Yeah, look at how much damage we did to this stack, though. I'm actually
Cease.
pretty pleased. This stack has 6 giants. Well, it's an intimidating composition. Nobody could argue with that. Alright, well, I guess nothing for it. We just gotta wait now. The Dark Elves, though, are probably not going to be a threat to us for a little while, at least. They're going to have to spend a couple of turns sailing new armies across the sea, so... as long as we leave 2 armies in the north to defend, we should be fine. I probably want to bring Tyrion's army down south and leave the other 2 northern armies. Because Tyrion is so capable as a commander and fighter. He should really be where the most dangerous parts of the action are going to be. And in part, that is... I mean, that's wherever the ritual stuff is happening. Alright, looks like Cineaf Griefbringer is coming back over to get horribly murdered by High Elves once again. I don't know why she loves doing that so much. I'd be very curious to know how many times we have put her away. Alright, see, but like this is great for us. The fact that about half of their army split off to go after a random minor settlement that wasn't tremendously important. This means that we're going to get to take half of the invading force, and then the other half, it's going to be much, much easier than it would otherwise have been. If the 3 Skaven armies traveled together, we could have had some real problems. As it is, we'll be able to take this army by putting 3 stacks up against it, and then we'll be able to do the same thing to these 2. Alright, this I think we do have to fight manually. This is another one of those situations where it's desperately important for us to get as much damage as possible. And this is going to go very similarly to the last one. I guess these guys have a lot fewer infantry to put on the walls. Ooh, this is a much worse settlement, though. We're not going to get to focus our fire in quite the same way. And the giants are going to massacre us. We have very little hope of defeating 6 giants. But the Hell Cannon's already pretty messed up. It shouldn't take too long to run the Hell Cannon crew off. So how are they doing this? They've put half of their giants on one side and half of their giants on the other side. Yeah, that seems like a fine way to go, I guess. I'm really not even sure what to do against the giant. Like, cycle charging the giants isn't going to help. Part of the value of cycle charging, in addition to the charge bonus, is that it knocks people down. But it obviously it doesn't knock down giants, and there's not really anything we can do to slow the giants or make them not be able to continue punching us, and we're just going to get murdered. That's pretty much all there is to it. We're just going to get really murdered. Alright. Give this a second. Alright, as soon as we have proper control of the towers, let's try our best to soften. Actually, you know what? Focus on the giants first. When the giants get too close to continue firing on them, then we'll switch. Oh, you guys don't have control of this, really? We have people in the thing. Well, we can readjust slightly. And over here, we don't have control of any of the towers. Oh, there we go. It's weird that sometimes it takes longer than other times. Ah, yeah, well, you just shoot at whatever you can hit. These corner towers don't really have a great shot. We should get some good stuff done, though. Can you hit anything? No. There we go. That's what we do. See if we can't bring Chant down. I believe in you, tower projectile. He's so weak. Oh. Okay, I mean, we're getting some meaningful damage on these giants already. Come on. Ah, they missed. Right, let's focus up. Let's kill as many giants as we can, right? Oh, are you guys in guard mode? Yes, okay. They will not attempt to pursue people moving out of their line of fire. Let's really focus. Alright, over here it matters less. I guess over here the smart thing to do is just for them to shoot at whatever infantry unit is the most damaged. We can try to prevent them from making it to the walls. I guess this guy really doesn't have a target worth shooting at even. We might be able to kill a couple of giants before the end of this. That would be cool. Make things considerably easier on our next armies. Okay, they don't have special regeneration or anything. Let's let that Hell Cannon have it. It would be cool if we didn't have to worry about that thing in the future. Yeah, this dude is being pin-cushioned pretty effectively, actually. Yeah, they're actually just gonna have him stand there and die. Come on, don't let him run. Finish him off.
That thing is huge!
Wait, what did one of my soldiers on the wall just shout? Because it kind of sounded like that lady's huge. And listen, I'm not saying that the giant's not female, but I do feel fairly certain that the giant is not a lady. Ooh, that's a pretty wounded giant. Let's get some tower fire on that. Is there something that you could be firing at? Probably best you just keep focusing on the Hell Cannon. Honestly, this is going all right. But this side of the wall is going to get completely murdered. We're doing some good damage here, though. There's no version of this where we survive, but there's definitely a lot of good damage to be done. Yeah, there are 3 dwarves left operating this thing. Oh no, 4. That's that one's still standing. Listen, it's 2-dimensional. It's hard to tell. Come on. Ah, their lord is a coward. Yeah, wow, we're really getting damage in on these giants very quickly. Oh, we got him! Nice!
White lions! Can I be praised?
I don't know how effective these guys are going to be at getting in where the Sea Guard are and helping out, but maybe I should.
Noble! Quickly now!
Let's have the noble engage the giant from this side so that we can have a more effective cavalry charge into his backside. Get him, little dude. Uh-oh.
Ready and able!
Did you forget your orders?
Silver help! By your command!
And out!
Advance!
Now is the time for fleeing.
Move! Setting forth! Warrior! Agreed!
I wonder if we're going to be able to hit them. If we get a decent charge on these Chaos Warriors, we honestly could kill them pretty quickly. Alright, need to turn around some of these Sea Guard. Yeah, there's really nothing that we need to keep facing forward for. And as long as we stay in the box, you can be on the back part of the wall and still command the tower. Alright, they haven't actually gotten up on the walls here. They're putting up... Let's just get our White Lions in position. We'll lose this tower, but it doesn't matter anymore. The tower's not shooting at anything. Okay. Shoot at giants as long as you possibly can. And this gate was just destroyed, so... I guess charge the giant. We have lances. We should be... Nope, no anti-large damage. Alright, well...
Silver help! Love and Seaguard! We will obey! Ancestors! For Azurian! Noble! Seer!
You know what? If I can get my noble... This is going to be tough because of the giant. But if I can get my noble in on their sorcerer lord, that'll probably be pretty effective. Alright, what if we trade charges? Go fight! What are you guys doing? There we go. Okay, yeah. The damage has been pretty alright, I think. Noble got caught in combat with the giant. Look at how quickly this giant's getting burned down, just by a couple units of Sea Guard, though.
We advance. Jump to all.
Fall back to arms! Alright, good stuff, actually.
Retreat. Assyrian guidance. Attack. Asa, withdraw.
Yeah, we're actually doing a lot of damage to this initial army. Both of these stacks are going to be pretty torn up. My goal, as always, is to get them down to just being
Yes.
infantry, because we can fight superior infantry pretty effectively by just outranging them, not refusing to fight fair, basically.
As you say.
Oh, we're so close. Yet another giant down. Actually, they're going to lose this chariot too if they're not careful. Morale's starting to dip pretty badly, though. Okay, the giant's down. Great. Please, please, please get him. Every unit we completely kill now is one we don't have to worry about replenishment for later. Oh, we're running out of arrows, actually. Okay, good. Chariot's down. This is not bad. This was pretty successful. For my definition of successful. The definition of successful we're using right now, this was pretty successful. Oh, they got control of the towers to fire into our retreating troops. That sucks.
Understood.
Oh, you're so close. Get down there with your spears and stab that guy. Stab these couple guys. Weird.
Duty. Defending order. Setting forth.
It's weird that we were able to recover in any way. They have control of the city now. It's over. Wow, we actually... the warriors with halberds just could not stand against the White Lions. That's pretty cool.
Loyal. As you say. You're at bear.
What do I want these White Lions to do? These guys on the wall are actually holding. They're going to have to come over here and fight us, which is ridiculous.
Pull back. For duty.
Okay, here we go. Here's the break.
Asa, withdraw.
Yeah, these guys are brave. They held out. Okay, I feel good about that. It calls it a decisive defeat, but I think that we bloodied their nose pretty good there. The loss numbers don't look super high, but it's a lot of high-value units. We didn't kill that much of their infantry, but we killed most of their giants. We killed a couple of the chariots from the other army. We brutalized the hell cannons. Yeah, not bad. Oh no, Sardineth! Well, that sucks. We're gonna lose control of a fully upgraded gold mine. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably disband an army or two to get back underneath our economy cap. It's alright. It just means we can be pretty aggressive in taking these guys down, because we're going to be burning some of those troops anyway. Yeah, the plus side is Sardineth only has to fight one army at a time, because these guys are not allies. They can't reinforce each other in the battle. So Sardineth will get to fight one of the stacks and do considerably more damage than they would otherwise.
Defender of the Phoenix Throne.
Okay, we are together.
I go.
Time is of the
Let us advance together.
Defender of the Ever Queen.
Carnthel's not a huge deal.
Ready to march. On a call.
We will survive the temporary loss of Carnthel.
Defender of the Asur.
On a cause.
Okay, these three stacks, I think, should be able to clean up all of this stuff. they'll probably have to fight two healthy Skaven armies together. It's a little non-ideal, but...
Can I offer assistance? On my way.
Alright, so let's start moving Tyrion back down toward
Ready to serve.
future ritual action.
Heir of an area.
Once again, just kind of like... That time he even accepted the order, and then he decided it was dumb.
Mighty warrior.
Do we have Arcane Conduit? We do not. Cool. Alright, so this is probably defended well enough.
Lead.
Alright. We got a lot of running south to do. We've encountered Val's expedition. Oh, okay. Way over here, where they're not my problem. Yeah, man, our economy is completely trashed. Well, hey, this is what happens. This is what the rituals are about. The mages will help a little bit. Once they're back in the Straits of Lothern, they'll be making us some additional money. But we are going to have to disband an army. And I think, honestly, disbanding one army should be good enough. Because I'm pretty sure the amount we're paying for our most recent army is really, really huge. I'll tell you what, though, I'm glad I built as many as I did. I think we could be in a really grim position here if we hadn't beefed up the way we did. Now, believe it or not, the fifth ritual is actually more difficult. So we might need to rebuild a little bit before we take that on. I also could help myself out a little bit by just not initiating the ritual when there are quite so many Dark Elves bearing down on us, but it's starting to look like the Dark Elf thing is going to be the strategic map equivalent of cycle charges. It's just never going to end. You're going to be bringing in new armies to reinforce the dying armies all the time. It's important to make sure that those ruins aren't filled with Skaven, despite the fact that you know, because you watched it burn, that it was just filled with elves. Okay, so apparently they're just going to siege the minor settlement. Oh, maybe they don't want to try to take Caranthel at all. They see our armies and they're overcome with that bloodlust, you know? Worshipping corn does that to a person. Oh, interesting. We might be able to win this, according to the balance of power bar. I'm not sure I agree. I think their army's pretty terrifying. I'm pretty sure this is one where we're being overestimated by the balance of power. So I'm going to auto-resolve this because I think the auto-resolve is going to give us a better result than I would get. It did not do anything. That's a bad job. It's a bad result. They only killed meaningless enemies. I mean, some rat ogres took some damage. Alright. I don't think there was any way that I was going to be able to save that settlement. I'm pretty sure it was lost no matter what. And he's just going to sit there because he can't aid in the siege. Alright, let's see if we can't break this down. The invocation of Asurion expired. Oh well. So it should be pretty easy.
Your orders are reasonable.
It shall be done.
For Anaril's fresh army to put these chaos dudes away.
By the gods!
Lethal grace given forth.
For Asurion!
Yeah. Yep, almost entirely trivial. Take the replenishment, because we are going to be doing some fighting in a second here. The Skaven armies have separated enough that they are not currently reinforcing each other, but what's going to happen here is we're going to engage on this first one. He's going to retreat, and he's going to retreat exactly into the reinforcement bubble of Ulces's army.
Princess,
If we have enough movement, we'll still go after them. Can you retreat from a lightning strike? I'm not actually sure.
Faithful servant.
I don't know for sure that I would do a lightning strike either, because obviously there's a significant benefit to us being able to outnumber them. Let's see. We definitely want to take another red line. We're using a lot of Swordmasters and Lions and Phoenix Guard now. Let's go ahead and take some buffs from
I'm
them.
listening.
Also, you need power drain.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Okay, I think we still want Honoril to lead the attack.
For the Ever Queen! Asur! To battle!
It's weird that he didn't retreat. Was he not able to retreat?
The Kadai honor me!
Oh, yeah, that's right. After you raise a settlement, you don't, you're not allowed to move anymore. I totally spaced on the fact that he had definitely raised that settlement. Well, we should probably start getting Alistair mounted. I don't think a Great Eagle is a very good mount, but I do want Free Dragon in my army. That sounds alright.
Princess!
Okay, so she is renowned and feared. We'll dedicate her to an elven god soon. Okay, not bad. We're all... There we go. We're all in a nice tight reinforcement ball. These guys will... My guess is, if I were them, I would run to the Shrine of Loek and try to burn it down before I got killed, because there's no way these guys survive, right? You know what? I'm going to have Tyrion come around this side. He's not going to get over here in time to do anything, but what he can do is help to repopulate those cities after. And over here,
What would you have of me?
I wonder if we would win a naval battle. So let's see, we have power drain. We should probably get earthing so that we can cast spells. But I wonder if our two stacks together can beat a stack reinforced by a black arc. The black arc seems to have a very significant advantage in naval auto-resolve, as, you know, as you would imagine. The thing is, I'm worried that if I go for it, I won't be able to move back onto land. And obviously, they're trying to just wait until their reinforcement army gets here. Let's not mess with it.
In defense of Ulthuan. Let's hear it.
We'll be alright.
Ready to serve.
So you're not moving. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. We're actually pretty tight on money. This is the thing that we probably will want to do after we have banished the invaders, but probably not right now. So over here, Sardenath is going to fall soon. Man, I hope the pirates don't take it. Actually, let's give the pirates something to do.
Who calls?
Really, I can't give them a war coordination target. Maybe it's because they can't see any of this stuff. Yeah, shoot.
The nation calls.
Well, alright, never mind. I was gonna try to bring them over here and have them lead the charge. Selfishly, but you know. The fate of the entire world depends on our success and flourishing, so I don't feel too bad about sacrificing some pirates. All this elf stuff is really getting into my head. It's transforming the way I look at the world. But I think we've basically weathered this particular storm. The thing is, I don't want to sit around and spend a lot of time rebuilding. Not because I think it's wrong. I think really, probably the best version of this is we rebuild Torivres completely before starting the 5th ritual, so that we can be running as many armies as possible. But that's not going to be any fun to watch, and frankly, it's not going to be very fun to play either. Okay, this army is going to run around and raid down here instead of fighting us. This is annoying. We're just going to be playing keep away on the sea for a while, I think. Well, the loss of Tor Anlek at this point would not be nearly as bad as it was earlier, because we don't need the extra way fragments from the Shrine of Cain anymore. This is not a good use of your time or money. Yeah, if we lost the northwest corner of Ulthuan at this point, it wouldn't really matter. But if we hold it, it will provide some buffer against the Dark Elf attacks coming into the places that do matter. Man. You know, this doesn't matter. We cannot win. And as much as I could probably do a better job than the AI, oh yeah, they didn't focus their fire at all. We're going to lose that city, and it doesn't matter how damaged that army is, because by the time we're in contact with that army, we will completely slaughter it. Okay, well, that guy's dead. But I suppose he will drag my armies south so that we can't go after his other... I don't know what his logic was there. Alright, so first of all...
All-powerful. Lilith protects me. I know the way. I must decline.
What do you mean you must decline? Get over here. This is the Straits of Lothar. Okay.
Lethal grace given form.
Yeah, this is annoying. Fortunately, he can't retreat. He did use March mode.
The Asur need subjugate them.
1455 is not even meaningful. We'll take the XP. Some of those white lions are very close to level 7.
How can I assist?
Alright, and we've almost got this resolved. Yeah, I'll say, like, they haven't been a danger to the ritual in any way. They're just running around damaging my economy, which feels a little gamey, you know, in that it doesn't make sense for the motivations that they are supposed to have within the plot of what's going on. It's very obviously like a how do hurt player kind of thing.
We march.
Alright, let's stay close. I don't want to solo engage with any of these guys. I suppose I could have resettled Cairnthel, because we don't actually need all 3 of these armies. Yeah, 2 of our armies together should be more than enough to vanquish all that nonsense.
I serve the Phoenix King. Setting off. Time is of the essence.
Right, can we catch them? It kind of looks like we might... I don't think we can. We're going to be close, but... Them having marched, if we could... Oh, no, we got him. Awesome. I think it's that, this little land bridge thing, it really screws up people's movement.
Your request?
Okay, well that's really, really good for us. The fact that we were able to pull that off. So wait, what is your army is mostly Sea Guard. Melee ability for Sea Guard, extra ammunition, and reload time reduction is significant.
Can I offer assistance?
Okay, but I'm pretty sure the north is safe now. They could take Tordranel, but they won't attack it in a single turn. They'll wait.
I like the way.
The same way the Skaven did. Or the same way those Chaos Warriors, rather, did. So we'll have enough time to reinforce it. This is covered. This is handled. And I don't see any more armies for them on the sea. This one's close. But I think we actually have, we bought ourselves a little bit of time here. Okay. We're definitely not spending money we don't have to spend. This is... I don't know, man. Get a horse. I can't imagine any point he would take on level up at this point is meaningful. Alright. Yeah, it's just... It's going to take way too long to rebuild to the point where we could run as many armies as we have been. And that's a shame because it's like, it's objectively the correct play. The next ritual is going to be even more difficult, so we're going to want to have as many bodies on hand as possible for defending ourselves, but rebuilding our economy is going to be so tedious. It's a real shame. I hate it when the right thing to do and the fun thing to do are completely different. That was a weird move. Why would you move a tiny portion of your movement forward? And then, like, they don't even go into raiding mode or anything. It's very strange. Okay, so we can hit fast forward for now, and then just pull it back when we get closer to the invader turns. They're going to Tor Corali. Well, I guess I'm glad I brought Tyrion over here. They're actually going away from the ritual cities. I would much prefer if they went at least toward them, you know, like, I don't think they should ignore everything in their path or anything, but I do think that they should generally go toward the ritual. Oh.
Ever loyal.
There was a skull reef over here. I thought I would have to... Apparently you could just grab it while walking over the land bridge. Well, that's actually really nice. And the Book of Ashur is fine. That's pretty much whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, I think we're going to have these two push north. And Alistair can resettle Elisele. Because I do want 2 stacks, just to make sure that nothing crazy happens over here.
How can I assist you? Your orders are reasonable.
And it's more important to resettle Elisele than Caranthel, obviously. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't understand her move at all. She didn't even move in such a way that she's not in attack range.
A wise course. Your best. A wise course.
Alright, well, Miradrin can be the reinforcement army.
What would you have of me? None shall live.
This is weird. I don't understand that move at all.
For Assyrian.
Okay.
Their deaths are necessary. Treading lightly. Asur princess.
Dark Elves, man. Non-stop.
Treading
Non-stop harassment.
lightly. Time is of the essence.
So Kiriella probably just needs to go back to the shrine. We'll have Miradrin go back to the Phoenix Gate. She'll be able to do her recruitment a little bit more effectively.
Born to lead.
You have use of my power.
Oh no, she's a Dark Elf in disguise. Just standing around screaming for no reason. Alright. We're actually almost clear. We'll have to reevaluate once the ritual ends. We'll figure out how early we can afford to fire the next ritual, because it's definitely not going to be right away. Yeah, this was harsh. This province was worth so much money, and they burned it all. So see, like, the thing they did here, they spawn somewhere, right? They come out of the rift or whatever. I'm not too worried about plot justification for that, because I understand the mechanical reasons for it. There's not a lot of things you can do to really threaten a player. So a bunch of stacks spawn somewhere, semi-random. But then they should go toward the ritual. And I don't think that the burning of the entire province of Northern Yvresse was even out of line. I think that was a pretty normal thing. I'm just like, I don't understand what's driving the Skaven army to go north afterward. It's very odd. Man, the Necroarch Brotherhood is very powerful. It's a shame they're on the opposite side of the world from the Dark Elves, because it doesn't make any sense to try to turn them against each other. But it would be pretty cool if we could get them turned against each other. This guy thinks he's going to be able to just run past us, like we're not going to have anything to say about that. Okay, well he's dead. That was a weird place to move to. Make peace with Itza to get 40 way fragments. I don't need 40 way fragments. You gotta offer me a reward I care about.
Following your orders. Bring me battle.
Alright, that was easy enough.
Deliver them to their ancestors.
I guess we still do need XP on our Phoenix Guard.
A promising lieutenant. Champion of the Ever Queen. Shall not rest.
Alright, we need to... It's weird that the path calculator never wants you to go in the water, even when it's obviously faster. Alright, so we'll be able to resettle Sardenath, start rebuilding the gold mine next turn.
Loyal subject.
This is crazy. I don't
Princess.
I don't understand moving to the edge of our reinforcement circle and just stopping there. Like, if that was all the movement you have, just don't even come over here. Alright, where are we at on money? Minus 7,600, so we can't keep this army going for very much longer. I'm wondering... I'm not sure at all what the best way to do this disband is. Like, who goes? It's got to be one of the armies over here on the east side. I don't think there's any question about that. So his red line is all normal red line stuff. His yellow line is all yellow, normal yellow stuff. No, not all of it. That's right. He has some weird things. Yeah, you know what? Let's yellow line him. He's a weird dude. Alright, this I think is the time for the Invocation of Asuryan, because we're going to be rebuilding a lot of stuff very quickly here. May as well pop it now and start using it on Southern Yvresse.
How can I assist you?
For the Ever Queen.
So part of the value of resettling these, even if we're not going to have them back in real functioning shape by the time we do the next ritual, is that they will at least slow the Chaos armies down, because they will veer off to burn them and stuff. They just can't help themselves.
For the king. Defender of the Ever Queen.
Give the word. We shall not rest. Moving out.
Alright, it's probably this army, right? This is the weakest of our armies. Yeah, we can't be draining this quickly.
Victory for the Asser.
There we go. We were really paying a lot of money per turn for that last army.
Garrisoning.
We're going to be negative again as soon as we start replenishing these losses, but... Oh, I probably should have pulled her down, because this is a problem. Those guys are going to be able to take the Eagle Gate. Well, I guess the Eagle Gate's gotten back to 18.
We will endure.
What is this army? Dragons, hydras. Honestly, I would rather an army of dragons and hydras than an army that's full of archers. Yeah, shoot. Somebody's got to go south. Alright.
Taking up residence.
You gotta get a little bit of replenishment on. I'm a little worried about this.
Ready.
I just wish the Dark Elves had anything that they cared about as much as fighting me. In theory, Hexoatl should be a thing that they have to worry about, right? Isn't Hexoatl and the Dark Elves are permanently at war with each other, and they border each other. I guess they're getting some attention. That settlement's just called Swamp Town? Man. Yeah, alright, it's a mess over here. They have a lot of armies. Wow, is this Tor Elisor? What on earth happened over here that Tor Elisor is in charge of all this northern lizardmen stuff? Man, there's a whole huge plot line. The Spine of Sotek dwarves are in control of the marks of the old ones? Wow. There's some weird stuff going on over here. I'm really glad that I never confederated these guys, because I just don't even want to have to think about this stuff. But this is going to have to be it for us for today, I think. We've...
Triumph for Ulthuan.
Yeah, a triumph for Ulthuan indeed. We've mostly recovered. We managed to drive out the invaders. Our economy is in shambles. Our armies are slightly in shambles. But, on the whole, I think things are looking up. So, come back next time. We're going to do some desperate accounting. It's the most exciting thing I can imagine. And we'll see you then.